What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged review, and I thought since I do movie reviews here that I would go ahead and do kind of a review for the Oscars 2020 and just give my thoughts for what I've seen. Now, I have not seen all the movies here. Unfortunately, one of the big ones I have not seen, which is Parasite. We'll get into that in a second. But I do want to talk about, some of the speeches that I saw and just give my thoughts overall. So, unfortunately, Best Picture was Parasite. Have not seen it yet, cannot critique it. I have heard a lot of good things about it, and I guarantee you by weekend's end, I will watch that movie and do the review because it really took Oscar night. So from there, you have Best Actress, Renee Zellweger for Judy. Tremendous role. I love Renee Zellweger. Hollywood loves Renee Zellweger. As far as the speech goes, it was a little bit self-flagellating. I mean, really, let's be honest. But she did give a lot of props to Judy Garland, so I thought that was cool. And then you run into Best Actor, which I was really highly anticipating this one because I love Joaquin Phoenix. I love the movie The Joker. I'm a DC guy, as you can tell. But I wasn't sure if he was going to win because there were some strong performances, including what I thought was a great performance by Adam Driver. But Joaquin did indeed win. And he was very cool when he went up there, man. He's always been kind of self-effacing and just, it's just an honor to be up here named with these other guys that were nominated. And then he starts talking about how, everybody comes up there and they kind of start talking about their causes and there's a commonality that people just want to stand up for people's rights. But one thing I love that he said is that he did feel like actors, people in Hollywood were a little bit disconnected from the real world. And he admitted that. And I thought that was very big of him. And then he left with a quote from his brother, who of course passed away from an overdose. And you could tell he got emotional and he walked away on that note. So it was a really good speech from Joaquin. Then you get Best Director, Bong Joon-ho for Parasite, which, again, I have to see. Best Supporting Actress, Laura Dern for Marriage Story. I loved Marriage Story. I thought it was a phenomenal movie. And Laura Dern did a great job. Obviously, she won the Oscar. I was actually surprised that Laura Dern got the Oscar for it. But, honestly, this was a night of first Oscars for people. Joaquin Phoenix, I didn't know that was his first Oscar. Laura Dern's, Brad Pitt's. Brad Pitt's first for acting anyway. And so I really thought that was cool. Of course, Best Supporting Actor, Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I fucking love that movie. And people feel very strongly about it one way or another. I thought it was great. I thought it was brilliant. And Brad Pitt played the hell out of that role. Like, he did such a great job. He really did. Absolutely loved it all the way around. Best Music Original Song, I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. I have not seen Rocket Man. I guess I should check it out. It's an Oscar winner now. The whole kind of like Elton John musical thing, I didn't know if I'd really be into, but I have learned that I can enjoy a lot of different things as long as it's done with a lot of talent. And seems like Rocket Man is. Best Original Score goes to Joker. And I thought this was really cool because the score was actually made before the movie was made, from my understanding. So that is really interesting. Best International Feature Film, South Korea for Parasite. Hey, there you go, another one. Best Makeup and Hairstyling. I thought this was interesting. Bombshell. Must not have been a very strong category this year. That's my takeaway. Best Visual Effects, 1917. I've said how I think that movie must have been very difficult to make, to stop shooting and start shooting and make it seem seamless in one continuous shot all the way through. So yeah, I'm quite sure visual effects fits there. Best Film Editing, Ford versus Ferrari. Again, I would imagine so, with all the racing and the flips and the wrecks and things like that. It has to be difficult. Best Cinematography goes to Roger Deakins for 1917. Some amazing shots in that movie, absolutely. I loved it, so I could see that. And you also got Best Sound Mixing for 1917. Best Sound Editing for Ford versus Ferrari, which again, when you're talking about the races and the wrecks, the sound editing has to be pretty difficult. So I was not disappointed with anything that I saw with the Oscars this year. Maybe a little surprised with a couple of them, but not disappointed. I do have to see Parasite. That is one thing that I have to get on, for sure. But Joker, Judy, Marriage Story, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all of that stuff was just phenomenal. 1917, phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, I actually really liked the Oscars this year. I didn't get to watch it, but I went back and watched some of the speeches and saw who won what, at least for the major categories, and was very pleasantly surprised. Of course, Joaquin Phoenix, that was my go-to for this one. I really wanted Joker to win something big, and they did. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation, out.